Yo, what is up ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Dasky here with another Crasher Cars video. Now what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be fusing together one of the cars in the game. But before we get into that, if you haven't already seen on the Crasher Cars Facebook page, they've recently released some new news regarding the new update coming to the game. Now if we go ahead and look at it, we can see that they've posted a new video since I've posted my previous gameplay. So if we go ahead and look at it, we can see that it says another look at the new Winterland map coming soon, and there's also a video of it. And here we can see that there's a car just driving around with the flamethrower, and this appears to be a new car, and I'll talk about this new car in the next photo that I'll show you. So there you can see cars are actually falling into that water zone, and it looks like there's ice that you can drive across. So it's kind of like a moving bridge platform type of thing. Now I suspect that heavier cars may fall through this, but I'm not too sure yet. And now moving on to the next statement that they've made, they've actually gone ahead and said the new Winterland update is coming this Thursday. So we can see the new Winterland map is coming, but in replace the Waterpark map will be temporarily closed to make way. And they also go on to say 10 new cars, including a new hidden car, and 2 new additions to the car lab will also be introduced to the game. And we can also see that there's a balance change where heavy cars will now move 10% faster, which I think is pretty good. That way it allows the heavier cars to be dominant in picking up crowns before other cars in the game. And we can also see that the new max prestige level is 73. I'm not too sure what it was currently, but it was obviously definitely below this level. So that's good to see, and some of these cars do look awesome. If we go ahead and look at the screenshot that they've provided, we can see that some of the new cars are on the screen. So the car in the middle is what I believe to be the car that I just showed you earlier in the video footage. We can also see the snowplower car, which was shown in the previous footage by Not Doppler, which you can also see in my previous video on Crasher Cars. And you can also see like a heavy armored looking car on the right hand side, which looks absolutely awesome. And in the background you can see a sled with Christmas presents dropping. So who knows, maybe they might introduce a sled to the game. But the first 3 cars I would say are definitely going to be in the game, and it looks absolutely awesome to see this. And as you can also see on the cars, there's also Santa hats, so you can tell that's a type of Christmas theme update and map. So I'm absolutely pumped for this map. But moving on from this, back into the video, what I'm going to be doing is fusing together some cars. Now if you haven't already seen, I've actually increased my level drastically since my previous video, because I've actually spent the remaining coins from my 11,000 coins that I saved up. Now if you want to see that video, please give me some questions down in the comment section below. That way I can go ahead and answer them for that video. Nonetheless, if we scroll down, here we go, we can see all the fused cars. I'll just swipe along for you so that way you can see them. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be fusing together the first fused car in the game. So if I just swipe along quickly, we can see how many cars I can actually fuse in the game, and so far I'm only able to fuse a total of 3 of the cars in the game. So what I also want you to do is tell me down in the comment section below which car you want me to fuse next. That way I can fuse them, but keep in mind I can only fuse 3 of the cars that I have remaining. So nonetheless, if I click the information box for this car, we can see the names of the cars that I need in order to fuse the car. So I need 5 extravagant cars, 6 surfer cars, and 7 convertible cars. And luckily enough, I do have all these. So I'm going to go ahead and click fuse. And now it says fuse cars. The cars being fused will be downgraded. You can re-unlock or upgrade these cars using the prize machines. You will not lose any prestige. So I'll go ahead and click continue, and now it goes ahead and tells me that these cars will be removed from my collection, which includes the surfer and convertible, and that the extravagant will be downgraded. So here we go, here's an awesome animation of the cars being combined into the new Lowrider. So there we go, that looks absolutely awesome. It looks like an awesome muscle car, something that's big and chunky, and I'm sure it'll be very fun to play with. So let's just admire this car spinning around for just a moment. And there you go, it looks like such a classic old car. So what I'm going to do is go back to the main screen, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing on the map that we're going to see taken out of the game. So before I miss this map too much, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and jump into the Waterpark map. So I'm going to spawn off in the top right hand corner of the map, and I'll pick up the spikes instantly. Now the first thing that we notice is that the car actually has hydraulics, so it bounces up and down every time you get a crown. And this might be a bit difficult to see, but I'll try and turn around to the side next time I get a crown so you can see it a bit more clearer. So I'll go ahead and pick up these 2 crowns right here. I've got the side cannon, and now you can actually see the car moving up and down. I'm pretty sure this occurs every time you pick up a crown or when you kill an enemy. So now I'll just hold on to this side cannon just for the time being until I see an enemy that I can use it on. So they had the shield then, I didn't actually realize, so I activated the side cannon, so it was a bit pointless, so I didn't bother aiming it too much on them because it wouldn't have given them any damage. So now I'll just try and drive away from the rumbler car with the shield on, because they do have the shield on, so there's no point of me trying to attack them and take damage when I don't need to. So now I've got the teleporter, I'll use it quickly before I get hit there, and I'll avoid those spikes. There I saw the rumbler with the front cannon, and I was fortunate enough to somehow avoid it. And also here, I'm not too sure how I avoided that front cannon without taking any damage, but I'm not complaining because I was very lucky. So now I've got the teleport here, and I'm just going to use it because this car is a little slow, and I'm only going to use it when I need to. But despite the car being slow, it's a very easy to control car, and it's actually a very fun and unique car to use. It's very satisfying seeing it bounce up and down, but at the same time it is a bit distracting. But nonetheless, I'll use my teleport there because if I didn't use it, I would have fallen straight into the water zone, and my car probably would have been destroyed on 16 crowns. And you know, King Das doesn't tolerate that. So now that I'm on 17 crowns, I'm saving my teleport for when I need it. That way I can escape from any enemy fire and be in an area that's safe. So now I just drive up here, I see a crown, I'll pick it up. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick up this other crown. So when I'm playing the Waterpark map, I find it a bit difficult to pick up crowns because I'm not too sure and I'm not too familiar with the crown pattern on the map. So the gameplay might appear to be a little slow. But nonetheless, there you can see I teleported away from the enemies over the water zone because I knew I would have been hit straight into that water. And I was lucky enough to actually destroy an enemy. I didn't want to turn around because I was right next to the water zone and I didn't see them drop any crowns. I'm sure they would have dropped crowns, but I didn't want to take that risk turning around and then being knocked into the water zone or my car being destroyed because of the little amount of health I was on. So now that I've got almost a bar of health and all these enemies are following me, I just want to try and get away from them, try and get as many crowns as I can. The shield there wore off, but I've got the teleport, so I know that I'll still be safe for the time being. And I see an enemy approaching me, so I quickly use the teleport, but there was 2 crowns there that I could have picked up, but I missed. But I didn't want to take that risk. So knowing that, I'm going to try and go around there, try and pick up those crowns. I managed to do a U-turn on the ramp, and you've seen me do this quite a few times in the game. Unfortunately, early in the gameplay I did get hit and took damage, but most of the time you can avoid the enemies coming down there as I did just before. So now when I'm playing on the Waterpark map, I try and drive from either side of the map. It's probably not the smartest strategy to adopt on this map. It's probably smarter to stay in this bottom area of the map where I am now because of the water cannons that can dissolve the enemy flamethrowers. That way it allows you to stay safe for a longer time period. But like I said, I'm trying to drive up and down the map, constantly getting the crowns as they respawn. That way I can get as many crowns as quickly as possible. So unfortunately there, when I was coming down the ramp, I did notice there was no crowns. So I just wanted to get off there as soon as possible. That's why I didn't turn around and I went straight back onto this boat. I boosted away as you just saw so I could get away and create a further gap from me and the enemies because I didn't want them to catch up to me and destroy me, because I know any time now if I do get hit I'll get destroyed. And that's what I was saying earlier, the car did hit me on the ramp just then as well. So I managed to just drive back up the ramp because I saw a crown here earlier. I'll pick it up and I'll go ahead and pick up the power box. And I get another teleport. I'm not too sure how many teleports I actually got in this game, but I did get a lot. And there I use it to get down the ramp as soon as possible. I landed on the other ramp and then I landed and got hit by the car. So it was a bit unfortunate since I did land on the ramp and got shot back up in the air where I didn't have any control of the car. But nonetheless, there you go. There's 34 crowns on the Waterpark map with the fused Lowrider car. Now if you enjoyed this gameplay, please be sure to smash that like button, and if you're new, be sure to subscribe, because as you just saw, the new Crasher Cars update is coming very soon and you do not want to miss anything. I'll be posting heaps more videos about this new update and the new cars that we see in the update, so be sure to subscribe, that way you don't miss a thing. Also, like I said, please be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and also be sure to tell me down in the comments section below any questions that you have, and also tell me which car you want to see me fuse next. That way I can go ahead and play with it in a video. And now I hope you enjoyed this video, and for now, Dasky out.